So Ray Carrion Jr., who came to us 3 years ago. Yeah. You came to us 3 years ago. So prime example, he's not new, but he's not old either. So he's kind of, I guess we say mid-range, in between. But yeah, but the thing is that he came to us with the older equipment. Now he's being recertified with the new equipment. And that is what's most important, is that we understand how the new equipment works. It really, what you already have learned still applies. So if anyone says to you, no, that doesn't apply, yes, you're just upgrading some of the information to make it work with some of the new equipment. So like what we talked about yesterday in class, the robot cams, just a friendly reminder, do not move them, have your facilitator move them. The standard cameras, just remember to move them by the pedestal, not by the handles. If it doesn't move, double check your locks to make sure they're all in the up position, okay? Your locks. Remember what we said yesterday about the drag? Make sure they're on 9, right? 9, up, right? And unlock, lock. So your locks are on the right-hand side. Drag controls are on the left. Now, a lot of these are a little hard, so you might have to use 2 fingers instead of 1, or use the side of your finger, lift up. And again, when they're on 9, you notice that if I move my hands, it does not move. If the drag is on 0 or 1, exactly, it does the whole, and you don't want that, because you'll already see the bottom of this will hit this. Okay, exactly, very good. Everyone got that. So,
can we feel it?
Yes, come over.
It gets too abstract.
Yes, and then when you are applying the locks, do them one at a time, because if you try to do them together, like when you release them, your fingers will probably talk not nice things to you. So one at a time, lock, lock, down for lock, up for unlock.
I better have a boy go first.
You are so funny, get over here. So,
I'm gonna watch you.
right here,
Okay.
up for both. See the other one? Got one more. Right, good.
When you hear that, boom.
So I always tell people, okay, right on the left-hand side.
On the left hand?
See these knobs?
Yeah.
They're on 9. So now once you're behind, once you're on the camera, no, come. Once you're on the camera and you've got your hand on the handle, then you can adjust the drag to how you want it.
Okay.
Because again, if you're gonna be a camera person, if they're asking you to do pan and tilts, at 9 you notice you have a lot of resistance, so it's not very smooth. It's very stiff. If you reduce the drag,
What is the problem?
To which number would
So
you
you're turning it
recommend?
down to get more.
like right now I'm in like 3, 4, 2, 3, around there. So anywhere between 2 and 4.
So if you let go of it, how fast would it fall?
We don't.
Well, this one, as you can see, is actually in good shape.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say.
Because I was just doing that, but you see where my hands are.
Very good.
I'm at 0.
Still nothing.
I can tell you, but it was not always like that. But as you can see,
Still, you gotta be, you know.
so these have been respected thus far. Well, we've been back since May. And you,
And it's only been
Trust
used
me.
by the staff.
no, they have not.
Oh, this is not the robotic one?
No,
is the
this,
standard?
remember, this is your standard
Okay.
camera.
All right, that's right. We're not going to be using anything
What is
else.
this here? What is this
Wow.
lock for?
Okay, pan and tilt locks. So
Lock.
the bottom one is your tilt. I'm sorry, your pan, left and right. Top one is tilting. So,
Bottom one's pan is
right, bottom one is pan, left and right. Top one is tilt, and then they're locked right now. So, we are here with Ray Carrion Jr. and the recertification class
And
for.
Marlene, and what's your name?
Yeah, so we got Marlene, Dawn, Paula, Joan, Alfredo. I'm Deshawn, the instructor. Yes, I got Tanya behind me. I got Arthur English. He's with us too.
Holding court.
I try. All right, so we're now talking about control room stuff. So we're gonna do the switcher. So just a reminder from yesterday, when you come in, and it doesn't matter who's in here or if they're not in here, to ensure that you're starting on a clean slate. You wanna make sure that these two buttons are your best friend. Menu, you hold it down, and reset all. When you do that, it resets the switcher, and what you'll notice is that you have black in all the buses. So remember, same rule applies. We try to keep it simple. It's another Ross switcher. It's like the one we had before. Just if you remember, it was literally like this, more like this, and a little taller. But you now have more buttons that are spaced out. The same rule applies. Preview bus, program bus, key bus. Okay? Right. Or, for chroma key, for titles, things like that. Your transition area is on the right. So you have your key selection. You can cut or you dissolve. Transitions, you can do dissolves, you can do wipes, you can do digital video effects. And you still have the choice of you can cut, auto trans, or use the transition bar. So those things are still the same.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Time for auto.
The best thing is to keep your fingers here. When your hands, right, on the preview bus, when your hands do a lot of traveling, you sometimes get confused. You sometimes get a little caught up in the moment, because if you had a full control room like we have right now, you already can see that it's an arena for a lot of chaos and confusion. For those of you who direct, one of the best things in being a director is one, to keep calm. If you're calm, the crew is calm. If you are a little chaotic, uptight, and very haphazard, then your crew's gonna be the same way. And that's why we always said our mantra, say what you mean and mean what you say. If you make a mistake, it's cool, but your technical director is your right-hand man or right-hand woman, whoever's sitting here. And you should trust your technical director, because they are able to sometimes see things that you don't see, because as a director, you're busy running around in charge of everybody else. So trust your technical director. If you're able to walk out the room, the person who switches, or your switchman, or switch woman. So when you walk out the room, they literally can go on autopilot and they can look and see, like, okay, I need to preview camera 3, cut to 3. Oh, I'm gonna go for a reaction shot on 2, I can cut to 2. So as you can see with me, I don't have to really look down, because where I have my fingers, I have them over the 4 cameras. And the reason why you have this as also your safety is so that you're not taking shots live. If you're the kind of person that is used to dealing exclusively on the program bus, I know some habits are hard to break if they're old, but I really suggest that you break that habit, because you want to be on the safe side. If you're on a fast-paced show, you don't want to start doing this. Because then at home, they'll be looking at something, what the hell is that? Well, what is... what is right? They're thinking it's a malfunction, or or sometimes you make the mistake because you didn't mean to take 1, you meant to take 2. If you had did that on the preview bus instead, you would have caught it and would have been like, oh no, I didn't want that, I want that, and I take it. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So the robotic camera station is all the way at the end of the console. So this looks pretty familiar, it's just that it's grown up. This is the joystick. Remember, it's cameras 3 and 4 in the open studio, camera 2 and 3 in the closed. Okay? So it is very important that whichever camera you are operating, you want to select it first. Camera 3, which it gave me the red because it's like kind of like saying, duh, silly, you're on 3 already.
3 and 4.
Or camera 4. And this little screen here gives you the what you see. And then I switch back to camera 3. All right. Now, this is the touch screen panel for the robotic camera. You can store shots 2 different ways. You can do it the traditional way where if you move the robot around. Now, a lot of times you may not want to look here. So you can punch up camera 3 here.
Camera 3 where?
Here. And it comes up on this monitor. So the joystick, same like the old camera, pan and tilt, so up, down, right, left. So if I want to set up a shot here,
Oh, that's nice.
focus is here, iris and master black are here, black levels for the camera. I usually don't play with those, I mean, unless it's absolutely necessary, because you change the black level of the entire camera, which affects picture quality. So if you, well, it depends, because sometimes, well, one, if you know how to read waveform and vector scope, on the waveform, your black should be, matter of fact, let me close the iris all the way down. Okay. Brief lesson in waveform vector scope reading. See, bring out the inner geek in me. Terrible. No, it's not. This is your black level. When you close the iris all the way down, it should be at roughly 7.5 for black. And how you change that is you adjust the black level. If I more black down or up, so this is at 0, that should be about 7.5, right about there. And then open it back up. It pretty looks much on target. Like the grays are actually gray and the blacks are actually black. Like a lot of times when you look at, right, if you look at an image, especially in a high definition camera, and you notice that your blacks are more gray, then 9 times out of 10, your black level is too high. It needs to come down. So there you go. And as you see what Ray is doing, zoom is at the top and you turn it to the right to zoom in, to the left to zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out, right. Okay, exactly. So now if you want to store a shot, there are 2 ways to do it. You can use the keypad and you can do enter shot 1. And that's the traditional way, and it works in conjunction with the touch panel. When you do enter 1, you see it says studio 1, camera 3, shot 1. You then get a select speed. The system is set up that when you recall shots, you can call them back as actual shots or as actual camera movements. So you have to select the speed. So hold on. When you select the speed,
Need to go from where to where?
hold on, speed, set speed. Come on.
You have to have 2 shots.
There we go. So when you set the speed, the lower the number, the faster it is. The larger the number, the slower the movement is. So let's do a 4 instead. And if you notice, the speed is here in the lower right-hand corner. So now we're gonna do, let's do that. Now, if I don't want to enter the shot here, I can enter the shot here by hitting enter shot, touch it. Same thing. So those are the 2 ways. You can use the touch screen or you can use the keypad. And then your shots appear on your grid. Now remember, you have 2 robot cameras. If you go to camera 4, so let's see.
You gonna punch in 4 down there?
Thank you. Yes.